You stupid. All right. Today we're talking about high school. This is me and bro. This is Gavin. I'm Colin.
Hello.
And yeah, we're gonna be talking about why high school sucks. Sometimes. Sometimes it
There's
sucks.
exceptions.
There are exceptions.
Yes, there are.
Like hot women.
All right. So, anyways, Colin, you start.
BBL. All right. So high school is really just a gamble of self-esteem and like where you truly fit in. And you know, it's really complicated sometimes. It's hard because it's so unnatural, especially because you have so much hormones going off. And it has especially been hard for me and him, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, and here's how my first few kind of years of school has been. We still have one more year of school left.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. So yeah, I came in high school thinking it was going to be my golden years. But you know, I had really good grades. My sophomore year, I decided to go do the football team, made the football team, and you know, I was just having a really outgoing personality, trying to, you know, garner friends, and which I did. I've gained quite a substantial amount of new friends. But I still have no girls.
Nope.
I'm still very single, and you know the stereotype of if you go in, you know, outgoing and join a football, you'll get a girl. Nope.
The Disney movies lied, dude.
It's not true. It is.
The Disney movies have lied to us.
So yeah, that was my first couple of years. It hasn't been too bad. There have been bad issues, but we'll be getting into that later as we progressively talk about, you know, girls and school fights and so on. But Gavin, tell me about your first few years.
My first few years. So my freshman year was pure childness, immaturity. I didn't try in school. No, not whatsoever. I kind of just went with what I thought was going to be fun rather than what I knew what I knew that was right. So it got me to a somewhat low GPA, 2.9. Not bad, passing. But better, not as good as it definitely could have been. So in my freshman year, my parents were very hard on me. In my sophomore year, though, I had amazing grades, all A's and B's throughout almost the entire year. We had good times. You know, we did a bunch of stuff. I went to homecoming because it was one of the first times I went, you know.
By the way, I have never been to homecoming yet, and these guys give me tons of crap about it, so I'll be going to the next homecoming this next
Really, it's Cole.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah. One of our friends who always gives him crap about it. But anyways, so I did that. I met a lot of cool people. You know, I have my friends that I've known since middle school and elementary school, and, you know, I'm learning how to drive. We're learning how to drive, getting jobs, growing up, you know, just rolling through life. So my first couple of years were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. Besides all the, you know, obvious stressful stuff and other things.
Funny little tidbit, by the way. Conveniently, actually, really weird, like kind of in the little multiverse of things.
Yeah.
We somehow managed to pass our driving test the same exact day.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And so we're both getting our driver's license the same day, which is in May. Which is actually super strange because I was like, coincidence?
Yeah.
Maybe?
No. Definitely weird.
Yeah, strange.
But yeah. So my first couple of years, you know, weren't pretty bad. They were new, especially freshman year.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's for everybody. That's nothing.
Freshman year is awkward.
But you know what really sets high school off is the activities that other people be doing. Yeah. Would you like to give us some input on that?
So to get into the nitty-gritty of things.
Before you go, we do go to different schools.
Yeah.
But they're very close together.
Yes.
Same county. Our schools are very different in the terms that all the bad stuff that happens, his is more specific than mine. So his school is very hood-like and mine is very drug affiliated, so I'll let him explain.
So think of it like two different objects. Mine is with people who are very white, who think they come from the most ghetto and like drug populated places, and they're slouching their pants and they're like pulling it up, and they're wearing ski masks.
The
and,
YC,
like,
the Young Crackers.
the young
White
crackers.
Kepler for saying that.
Uh,
No, I'm white.
you know what? We'll just. Anyways, but yeah, that's my side. His side, I don't really know how to explain it, but I think he can.
My side is a lot of skipping school. A lot of people who don't want to do their work. Drugs. The hot boxes in the bathroom are insane. And actually, sadly, but realistically, we have a lot of ODs at our school, which, gives us a reputation, obviously. But we have a lot of ODs, a lot of drama at our school. A lot of drama. I mean, high school in general, but the one I know is obviously my school. And we just had a girl recently, from what I know, a while back in the beginning, somewhat the beginning of junior year, she OD'd. I don't know if she died, though. I think she was just put in the hospital. But, yeah, we have a drug problem at my school, obviously, and it's not a good thing. No, it's stupid. If you vape, your parents don't love you, guys. Just I'm throwing it out there.
You shouldn't vape. You can, but
said.
it's not good for you.
Yeah,
like just pretty much like with everything in life. There are things you can do that aren't healthy for you, but you're more than welcome to do.
Yeah.
So speaking of all of this kind of girl situation,
Yep.
Going into high school, you have the girls who have bigger ego than Billy Mitchell.
Yes, they do.
And then you got the guys who love smoking weed and vaping in the bathrooms, physically hotboxing it. Like, I am trying to take a piss and I can't because there is physical mustard gas in this room. Like I'm in a World War I trench.
It also smells like a Fruit Loop factory mixed with weed. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But, yeah.
Yeah, and, and it's especially worse in the locker rooms, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and there's always that one bathroom that's specifically made for the kids that want to do drugs. It's just that bathroom in particular. There's others, but that bathroom in particular is always shut down. Mm-hmm. And for me, I have two, kind of. For me, it's the one in the cafeteria and the one by the enclosed cafeteria. So, yeah, it is something else in the schools, dude.
Yeah. So, we have that. So I actually want to go into a little bit of a story time. Story time, everyone. Gather around the campfire.
Gather around, children. Story time.
So since I've been in football, I have had numerous experiences in the locker room where I may or may not have been molested by other players.
May or may not have. You guys can figure it out from the context clues. You might have to.
So the funny thing about football is the linemen.
All right, for disclaimer, we know these people. All right,
yeah,
we're not getting molested by random people.
We do know these people, but there's also another subset group of people that I'm going to be talking about that he does not know about because these kids were on the varsity team.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the linemen of high school.
Oh, jeez.
They are very tall. Very tall. I'm talking maybe
freakishly tall.
6'3", 6'5", almost. Maybe some of them are almost 7.
Like tall enough to the point where why are you in football? You should be playing basketball.
Yeah.
Tall.
And they are very
handsy.
Larger.
Oh. See, I was thinking they're very handsy.
But I will say that is not a bad thing, especially for linemen, because a few of those kids actually got Division I scholarships at other schools.
Yeah.
And they were very good at line.
They distribute it. They do it correctly.
Yeah, they were super good at line.
Okay.
However, every single time we were going up to practice for line, so doing our drills where we'd come up from the ground and try and hit the little dummy.
Yep.
We would have they would be sitting there and slap each other's
right up the goose.
Slap each other's, behinds and
Cheek clapping.
and my coach is sitting there watching them, and
Yeah.
like he's shaking his head, and he's trying not to laugh. However, football is probably like the best time I've probably ever had. Just being out there on the field playing. Funny story. We do this thing called pursuit drills. I don't know if everyone else has pursuit drills in other places in the U.S., but pursuit drills are basically everyone gets in their defensive football position, and you basically get lined up, and then when they blow the whistle, you drop down, get back up, and you have to run over to the sideline where a specific person is running down the field. Basically, these kids don't know what they're doing. It's maybe like their first year of football.
Yeah.
And this stuff should be like, easy to understand. And basically, one of the coaches gets so angry, he screams, and the whole field can hear this, by the way. He screams, "Are you fist me right now?" Like so loud, and the other coaches that are sitting right next to him are like falling on the ground bawling because it's like the most out of pocket.
Wait, I remember you guys talking about this. Dude, that is insane. So wait, he's yelling at the freshmen?
No, he was yelling at everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone, because if you mess it up once, everyone gets but you can literally tell, you can see the other coaches that are like so far, like maybe like 50 yards down the field, and you can see them also falling on the ground and laughing because he said it so loud.
Dude, that is insane. So for context, I don't play school sports. I played sports. I like playing sports. I can't now because of an ankle injury, but I've never had a coach that has yelled at me like that. And I've had some strict coaches. Mm-hmm. Like I've had one that was in the military and he was a soccer coach. Like that's like make me do suicides or else I get a bomb strapped to my chest type energy.
Yeah. But these things that we're gonna be talking about are only perks of high school.
Only perks. Yeah.
And you are going to have lows in high school. But you are also going to have highs in high school.
Like you say, it is a gamble. It is a gamble.
It is a gamble.
The house always wins. Kids, gamble. I'm joking. Don't gamble.
100% of
99.99% of gamblers lose before they quit before they hit big. So guys, keep going. Spend those bank accounts.
I don't know. Future me. Put up the image of the two guys digging the tunnel, and one's getting super close to the diamonds, and one's walking away when he's about to get the diamonds.
Yep.
Put that up right now.
Yeah. Use that as inspiration.
But yeah, high school is a gamble. All right, on to the next session. We want to go more into locker rooms because locker rooms are foul. And I think Gavin, I think you should start this one off.
The smell too. So my locker room. So as I said, I'm not in a school sport, but I am in weight training, which does require a locker room. In weight training, before and the end of class, we drop our stuff off, we change, and so on and so forth. So, in being that I do weight training as a class, we share a locker room with the freshman and sophomore boys from the regular PE classes. And let me tell you, they are a bunch of freaks. And not in a good way. They are a bunch of weird people. Weird little people. I've never really... I respect a certain amount of freshmen, but a lot of them I don't like. Mm-hmm. They're little critters for sure. So on Friday, this happened very recently. Yesterday, actually, right?
Yeah,
yesterday. So yesterday, during weight training, there was this kid, the freshman. Shocker. He was changing, right? Changing his shirt, and he got pantsed. Everything. Jaws too, by the way. And he just left it there. He did not pick it up. Luckily, he was facing the wall at the corner, and he was wearing a sweatshirt, so he couldn't see his little frontal part, but his cheeks were out.
Yeah.
And it was just the most disturbing thing I ever seen, and he knew it happened. But he decided to keep it there. And it's just like, I'm in here too. I'm just trying to put a shirt on. It's such a weird place, and it makes me wonder, like no weird stuff. What happens in the girls' locker room?
Yeah.
Are they like us? Probably not.
Probably not.
But it makes me wonder, like, is this normal? I don't think it is, but I think it is at the same time.
Yeah, by the way, if you are a freshman going into high school, please do not do any of the things that
Don't be weird.
we're literally giving a history example of our few years of high school, and these are things you should not do because these will ruin your reputation.
I've done things in freshman year. Not bad things, but I've done cringy things and I've gotten bullied for it. So
Yeah.
guys, don't. Yeah, no, it's definitely you want to roll with everybody else in your own way type thing.
Yeah.
Like don't do the thing that's cool, but don't do the thing that's gonna get you bullied.
Yeah.
But yeah, the locker rooms are just hellspawn, dude.
Crazy, yeah. Crazy. You meet the weirdest people in locker rooms.
Also, in locker rooms, there's just like these guys who just be checking themselves out in the mirror.
That is true.
Like they're not about to go out and, which they're probably not. All right, like I have a stature. All right, I'm a bigger person, but I don't go in the mirror and check myself out because I know I'm going to be doing something active. These guys have like a build of an athlete, and they just don't do anything. It's so weird.
Yeah,
and they like do their hair in the mirror, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just a waste. It just seems like a waste of time.
Yeah. So, which actually kind of, he mentioned something a little bit ago that I actually kind of want to get into about the pantsing.
Okay.
I am very, so in my friend group, I'm a very notable person for my parties because I love hosting parties. No, not a Diddy party.
Not the
we
Diddy
do
party.
we do not like hosting Diddy parties.
Well, not on camera.
Not what?
My fault.
But I love hosting parties for my friends because it is essentially a love language.
And it is. I have to say, some of the best times we ever have.
Yeah.
Unless you're like one of our friends, we won't name who won't go to sleep.
That is true.
And we'll talk. Literally, your birthday party, his birthday party. Three of our friends.
Mm-hmm.
No, two. It was him.
Yeah.
They talked until 4 a.m., maybe 5. Right? Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
early.
it was really late.
And
yeah.
they just would not shut up, and we got into this whole debacle, and like I'm pretty sure all of us only got about 2 hours of sleep, and it was just. But you gotta admit, when you look back on it, it was fun.
It was every single party I've had has been probably the most enjoyed experience I've ever had.
Yeah,
because
notable for sure.
I know spending money, not budgeting is really bad. But I love spending money on my friends. I love getting them gifts. It is essentially my love language because I want them to have the best times when they come over to my house.
He almost never lets us spend. You never let us spend money on you most of the time.
Yeah, I usually don't let them spend money on
only
me.
on birthdays and Christmas. Like everything else is like you're like off limits. Even during your birthday party, you really didn't let us.
Well, because I didn't know what you guys were doing. You guys kept running off, and I was like, where are you guys going?
Okay, well, to be frank, it was those three. It was the three certain people.
Yeah.
But I digress. He's a good host.
Yeah.
That he is one of the best.
They were going to go and spend the back of Spencer's, and get me, like, a toy.
Double P, if you know what we're talking about, you know what we're talking about. The hot shot or
The big squeeze.
the big squeeze.
Oh, that was hilarious.
God, they're a bunch of freaks.
But yeah, during high school, it is not just a time to learn and develop your brain, but it is also a time to spend time with your friends.
Because you are a young adult.
Because when you get into college, if you go to college, you could be going to the army or
military,
something. Military, or just
you could be
have a high school degree.
Entrepreneurship,
You won't see them as much.
No, it'll be.
And it is heartbreaking.
Yeah, no, and isolation is one of the things that'll get to your mind. That'll make you really depressed. And you're a young adult in high school. You got to keep your interactions constant. The one thing I always say is don't always keep your friends closest to you near. Never lose them. Because you may make a friend that's really popular and that's really cool, but who knows if they're really your friend. You gotta be with the ones who maybe they act a little weird. Maybe they aren't the popular one. Maybe they're amongst the popular, but they will truly care for you. Yeah. Don't always go for the biggest.
And that advice is like so true. Like if I never gave any of my friends a chance, I would not have the times I've had with them, because the community that I've kind of developed and has since grown has been the strongest friend group like ever. Like I'm like surprised.
Yeah.
We've lasted
since middle school.
Yeah, since middle school. And you know, me and Gavin have our own day ones.
Yeah.
But
we are like day ones and a half, for sure.
Like we have our day ones, and you know, we really love our day ones.
Of course.
But we have grown like super close.
Yeah. We're definitely each other's day ones and a half.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about our friend group is that it keeps growing. We've recently added like 3 more people.
Yeah, it's
like they're all along. It's like they were never new.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
You know what? I'm so glad we gave them a chance, because sure, they're weird, they're not popular, but they are some of the coolest kids on earth. Yeah. Like, if you seriously sit down in high school and get to know some of these kids who don't talk in class, or, you know, just sit in the back quietly, you will truly learn how amazing and capable some of these kids are.
Mm-hmm. And I know it's like, oh, it's coming from us as people who relate, but it's, as someone, me personally, I don't know about you, but as me personally, as someone who's found people like that sitting in the back of a classroom or not talking at all, being like partnered up with them during a project, you really do find that they are some of the best people.
Yeah.
They're really nice. They're loyal.
Yeah.
Loyalty is the biggest thing in high school. It's going to be. Mm-hmm. And I mean in life, but in high school it's like especially there. Mm-hmm. Like you'll definitely have some loyal friends, you'll definitely won't. Especially women, just people in general, honestly. But it's just like, if you don't have loyalty, then you don't have friendship. Yeah. It's just, you know.
So I actually, I kind of want to have like a little pause moment, just kind of in this little scenario we're going here.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the individual right now. I'm not talking to a massive group of audience of the people who might watch this.
Yeah. Take it as if we're talking just to you.
You are so capable of amazing things in high school. But when you sit in the back of the class and you're just really quiet, people take that as a sign that they don't want to be around you, or you don't want to be around them.
It's a restriction.
Yeah.
That's the best way. It's a restriction. You're restricting yourself from making new connections.
And this is your last 4 years of being a kid.
Yeah.
When you turn 18, you are an adult.
It hits you like a truck.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. We haven't, I mean, hitting junior year hits you like a truck. High school hits you like a truck in general, so I can only imagine what adult years are going to be like. But, yeah, like you were saying, like if you sit in the back of the class, and if you are that type of person, you might not be so lucky to find people like us or like other people who will actively try to help you out of that isolation. It's very rare. Very rare. Some people will just leave you to it and just be like, oh, that kid just doesn't want to be talked to. Which maybe you don't, but, you know, interaction is the best way.
So, yeah, I also want to talk to this one individual. It's okay to be scared.
Oh, yeah.
It is okay to be scared. Like, talking to girls is scary. Because, you know, with the new misogyny crap going around.
The new wave of...
Yeah. And, you know, gym girls who, you know, like a guy just stares at them, like, just for a second.
Yeah.
And they get blasted on social media.
They're everywhere, yeah. I mean, even just, like, saying something wrong in the wrong place at the wrong time can get you... Like, I mean, not even just with women, but with people in general. Because people are so... can be so sensitive these days. Mm-hmm. It's like, is it really that deep? Or, like, yeah, continue.
But, you know, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared to meet new people and do new things. But what I'm talking about is you won't regret this experience.
Mm-mm.
You can take it one or two ways. You can either take it as, oh, this is the most embarrassing thing ever, or you can take it as, this is learning a lesson.
Yeah.
This teaches you, the more people you go out and try and be with, the more connections you can make, the more lessons you can learn about what the type of people you want to hang out with.
Like, if you get rejected by a girl, and this is like a worldwide thing, obviously. If you get rejected by a girl, don't take it as, oh, I'll never be loved. Take it as, oh, maybe things won't go my way every time, but I can't stop trying.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be, and yes, if you're in high school, if you're in high school, you know how hard it is to find someone who's actually loyal to your standards.
Mm-hmm.
Or not even just loyal, but actually to your standards, or doesn't have the standards as like, oh, you got to be 6'7", or you've got to be, buff, rich millionaire, those kind of standards. But that doesn't mean they're not out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely out there, for sure.
Yeah, I believe PewDiePie said it best. There are people out there for people, obviously.
Yeah.
But there are some people who genuinely don't deserve a partner.
Yeah.
But
get one anyways because of the way they look and their status.
And everyone has their standards. And being in a relationship, it requires meeting in the middle. Being in a relationship doesn't mean everything needs to go my way. It means it needs to go both ways. And if it can't go both ways, we need to meet in the middle.
I recently watched a movie, that new movie Here.
Yeah.
The movie about the one house, and it's filmed from like a corner of the house, and it's filmed from like years on. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Yeah.
I watched it yesterday, and there was this life coach in there talking about a relationship, and it was like, it said marriage, but I think it's just relationships in general. And he said people think relationships are all about doing the same things and being in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I interpreted that if you're in the same boat and you want to do the same things, you can't be your guys' own person for each other.
Yeah.
If you're in two separate boats, making it work, floating along with each other, eventually you can build that boat bigger for both.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely one of the better pieces of advice I've heard about relationships. I mean, you've had relationship problems.
Yeah.
I've had relationship problems. Not as bad as his, obviously. His was pretty bad, but he'll tell you about that a different time. I've had relationship problems, but I think we've both grown from it for sure.
Yeah, when you get hurt by someone or by something you've done, because everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Everyone has problems growing up in life. But it should teach you a lesson every single time.
We're human,
We're human.
We're meant to learn.
Yeah, we're flawed. But we can pick ourselves up. We can choose to get back up.
Yeah.
Which is also a factor in high school. You can choose to be your own person. You can choose to be the athlete who gets good grades. You can choose to be the outgoing person who gets all these college scholarships. You can be anyone you want.
But at the same time, you can also choose to be the person who doesn't do anything, who makes bad decisions. Not saying that that's who you're destined to turn out to be, of course not. But it is all about choice, and that is where it comes with the gambling.
Mm-hmm.
You gamble with something, you have a chance of winning.
Mm-hmm.
You have a chance of losing, though.
Mm-hmm.
And that is literally what high school is all about. You gamble with something. Oh, I'm going to try this out. If it doesn't work, I'm going to try this out. And you just keep trying until you find what you love and find that, oh, this is the right path for me. Mm-hmm. That is what it's all about.
Yeah. And, it's hard.
It is.
I wish I could sit here and tell every kid out there that high school is going to be the greatest and it's going to be the best years of your life, but it won't. In fact, for most of you, it'll probably be the worst years of your life.
Yeah.
But there is grace in high school.
And while it may be some of the worst years of your life, those worst years of your life will hold some of the best moments that you'll always remember.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best moments you'll always remember.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be looking back. Oh man, I remember high school. You know, you won't. The funny thing about it is, so I asked my mom what she remembers about high school. She told me that most of the things she remembers about high school are the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about remembering the good stuff and leaving the bad stuff in the past and learning from it.
Yeah. So, you know, it's okay for things not to be positive, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Not everything will be positive, of course.
Yeah. Like this one time, I was sitting alone at lunch. I usually sit alone at lunch except for some days because the county that we live in, they have this scheduling where you have 4 classes one day and then a different 4 classes another day, and it just kind of repeats over and over again.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for one of the days, I just sit by myself for lunch. Yeah. And so last year,
because your lunch is dependent on those classes.
Yeah.
Like if you have a world language, you might have an earlier lunch.
Yeah.
If you have like a science class, you might have a later lunch. But yeah.
Yeah, and so I was sitting by myself, and this girl walked up to me. I have never seen her before, but maybe she saw me. And you know, as a human, I'm kind of desperate for love, and it's just a human thing.
That's true.
And she came up to me and she said she thought I was cute. Mm-hmm. Now I should have taken the signs because there was because I've never seen this woman before, and there was a group of boys right behind her recording. And I was sitting there alone at lunch, and she says this stuff to me that she thought I was cute and she wants my number. And I go, okay, I'll give you my number. And I pull up my phone to find my number because I'm not great at remembering things. And the minute I go and open up my phone, she walks away. And the boys are following her, and they're all laughing. In that moment, I felt so awful because this person used up their time to push me down, to make me feel less as a person. Mm-hmm. And these are the type of people you are unfortunately going to meet in high school.
Oh, it's impossible to not meet at least one person. Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a day in my life where I don't at least encounter these people once. Mm-hmm. Like, so at my school, we have, and like every other school, there's a SPED, mm-hmm. A special education class, and they walk around and they do a bunch of stuff, mm-hmm. a bunch of activities. Now, my mother used to work with special education people, and they're definitely some of the they're some of the coolest people ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're really nice most of the time. Obviously, if they have a temper tantrum, it's because of the problems
they are super nice.
But they are amazing. And, you know, I recently just witnessed these girls, shocker, mm-hmm. blondes. Not for anyone who's blonde out there. I'm just, in my school.
For a category of blondes.
In my school, the high school blondes are usually the worst people. But I saw them, and they were laughing about something. So I was walking that way. I was walking to chemistry class, and I overheard them laughing like, "Oh, you should go ask that kid for his number," like you. Mm-hmm. And it was the SPED kid, mm-hmm. the one who couldn't really. And I forgot his name, but I've talked to him before. He's not very good at forming sentences and words, and he's not very good at communication. Mm-hmm. I think that's just one of his main things. And they went over there, and I just witnessed it. While I could have stopped it and embarrassed myself because of it, but I could have stopped it. And it comes back. The regret comes back, but it just makes you realize that there's some evil people out there. Evil people.
Yeah, and these people, these really mean and
these scoundrels, people, these hooligans.
They will learn their lesson eventually.
Yeah. They peak in high school, and then they never peak again.
Yeah, you never see them like ever again.
Never.
And you know, you come back for high school reunion, and they're like, you know, all trashy and stuff.
They can't. Some of them won't even graduate.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, I know we've been on the girl tangent for, a while now.
Yeah.
But, as a boy, the main crux of high school is, I got to get a girlfriend. I got to
Yeah.
be popular.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, it's not just the girls too. Trust me, there are so many. Honestly, I think there's more guys out there that are worse
yeah,
most of the time.
that is true.
Evil people.
There is some evil guys out there.
They just do anything. Like at my school, again with the special education, this one kid like goes over there and talks to them every day, and they just kind of like pretend he's not there, and it's just like, why even bother at that point?
Yeah.
It's why give them false hope? It's just like, I mean, it just it baffles me honestly, how a person could act like that. It's just crazy, and I honestly think it's a raising thing with the parents.
Yeah.
We have good parents.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I am so thankful and blessed with the parents I have gotten. And
Same here.
our parents are also flawed.
Yeah.
They have done things in their life that they're not proud of.
They stress us out. I
Yeah.
mean, my parents are broken up. His are married, but my parents are broken up, and my stepdad is probably one of my least favorite people on the planet, but he makes my mom happy.
Yeah.
So it's not like, but I won't forgive him, and there's reasons behind that. But my stepmom is one of the greatest people ever. So is my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But our parents are our parents, and they definitely. And I've been through everything with my mom, specifically, and I've been through things with my dad. But some people just don't have that, and it's sad. And if you're watching and you don't have parents like that, just know that if your parents aren't doing what you can for you, your friends can a lot of the time. If you have good friends that are really loyal to you, they can help you through the dark times for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might not learn anything much from them, but they can teach you that maybe this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
That mindset.
Yeah. And so, going back a little bit, we're gonna try and get off the serious conversation.
Yeah.
But I did want to quickly mention, you shouldn't rush relationships with anyone, whether it being friends or with your girlfriend or your wife. You should never rush a relationship. You should never be trying to get into a relationship or trying to ask so much of this person, because you'll either end up with the wrong person or you'll end up
Losing the right one.
losing the right one.
And I know it's coming from us who don't have girlfriends. It's a little weird, but honestly, some of the best advice I've gotten is from people who don't have significant others,
Mm-hmm.
and people who are just genuine people, and people who have lost ones they've loved because of rushing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I take the advice where I can get it. Just take the advice where you can get it, because in high school you won't get a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to get a good amount of advice from the people I love and from my friends, but some people just don't get that, and it's just like a throw in the pool and watching you drown. And it's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
Because they turn out to be people who hate their life and hate school, even though while school may be boring, trust me, waking up that early for 6-hour classes is definitely not fun. It's really not a bad place. Besides the people, it's really not a bad place.
And yeah, I actually just want to kind of go more one-on-one here, just for a split second.
Yeah.
High school is going to hurt you mentally and probably physically.
It's gonna punch you like Mike Tyson. Prime Mike Tyson in the gut.
But when you're depressed, when you're so down, you feel like the world is crushing you, your friends you should go to, or your parents, someone you trust, because your life
Matters.
You deserve to live. You shouldn't throw your life away just because you stumbled. I don't know, where that kind of quote came from. Like, you
Yeah.
you shouldn't end things just over stumbling.
Yeah.
But doing that to yourself, I if you can imply.
Yeah.
Who said it? There's this really famous actor. I forgot who said it. I'll try and remember as I go. But he said, doing something bad to yourself, if you can get the evidence for that, get it.
Yeah.
Doing that to yourself is a permanent solution to temporary problems.
Was it Robin Williams?
Yeah, it was Robin
It was
Williams.
Robin Williams. Sadly, the person who
Yeah.
did a bad thing to himself. Rest in peace. A goat. He definitely didn't deserve to go. But it is like, and you got to think, honestly, and I hate to say this because it sounds mean for anyone who is dealing with that type of mental problem. It is a little selfish, because you have people, and some people may not. So if you don't, then this isn't geared towards you. But if you have any type of person in your life that cares for you unconditionally, then you put more pain on them.
Yeah.
And while they could endure that pain with you,
Yeah.
then endure that pain for you.
The thing about having friends is, I know, you're sitting there in the dark room and you're like, I don't want to have my problems set on other people.
Yeah.
But friends are meant to help you grieve.
It's the mindset, and it's the sad thing about it is that it's a caring mindset. You're caring for people while at the same time burdening them and yourself. That's why depression and all that and anxiety is so complicated, because it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt these people. But then if you let it get to that point where you officially, turn the lights out, then it hurts them even more than it would have than you telling them your problems. It's a difficult situation for sure.
So if you can do anything, if high school is getting to a point where it is, it's getting really bad, reach out to someone.
Yes,
please. It can be a stranger. It can be a friend. It can be a distant relative. Just get somebody to talk to. Because, if they're meant to help you grieve, we should not be designed to take grief all ourselves. Humans are not designed to take grief all by ourselves. So the way we can shoulder this burden is by giving our grief, sharing our burdens and grief with other people. And it has been shown in scientific studies that this genuinely helps people's state of mind.
So we like anime.
We love anime.
We love anime.
We love anime.
And I was recently reading manga. I was reading Fairy Tail. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I love about that show is that friendship is the power. Mm-hmm. And it just, it proves that you need to keep going. And I also read in a book that was about a psychological thing. I don't remember. But it was, one life lost is 100 hearts broken.
That is true.
And it's so true. It's not even exaggerated. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the people who are having life so rough, it is so heartbreaking to see, because there are some people who don't deserve what is happening to them.
No.
But
they're the ones that it gets put on.
But, when you commit that action, you don't realize how many people you have just broken. Because I genuinely believe that every single time you help a person, every single time you talk to a person, good, bad, you leave an impression. Mm-hmm. And to the people, even if you've said maybe one sentence to them, and it was years ago, but they still remember you, you break their hearts.
It's like the situation with MatPat.
Yeah.
When he found some kid in the bathroom. He found a kid who had no friends, and he was He was being so nice to him. And it turns out that that kid was battling with depression and was going to turn the lights out. And he didn't because of MatPat. And that, that's what it is. And you'll find that almost 100% of the time that the people you help that are going through that are the nicest people you'll ever meet in your entire life.
Yeah, so if you see someone going through something bad, sit down and talk with them, grieve with them, share their pain.
Yeah.
Because this person doesn't deserve what they are going to do to themselves. So you need to help them. And, you will grow as a person.
You will.
Because, these are there's really bad things going on in this world.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in high school, there is a major, major crux. But it's your decision. I'm not saying like your decision to do that action. What I'm saying is, it is your decision to make yourself a better person during high school. So just try your best. Do your best. Because at the end of the road, you will become a better person if you truly choose your path correctly.
Yep.
I kind of think Uncle Iroh said it best. In Avatar.
Uncle Iroh, the GOAT, by the way. And if any of you disagree, I'm gonna find where you live. No, I'm joking.
But when he's talking with Aang, going through the cave, and he's talking about how the analogy that life is so dark, but if you keep going, you will eventually come to a better place, and then they get into a place that is very beautiful and very bright. So you just have to continue. It's hard. It is hard.
It is.
Life is hard.
There's a lot of things that are really difficult in this in this world, but life has got to be definitely top.
Yeah, and it's gonna knock you out. It's gonna hit you hard, and there are gonna be times where you don't think you're gonna be able to get back up. But you have the reserve to get back up. You have the capability. So we're gonna try and get off this subject because, unfortunately, it is a very sad subject, and it is a huge problem in high school.
For all my gamers out there, one last thing. For all people who play video games, we play video games. For anyone who does, think of life as a game. Play in your story mode with your difficulty, and when you get to that point, flip on the creative, because you can do anything. You can do anything. Your story mode will end when it needs to. When you're done, when you've done everything that you want to do, you can play freely. That's one of the best ones I've got. But yeah, I think is that?
Yeah, I mean we're just gonna try and get kind of trail off this because this is very, very sad and it's very depressing because me and him have both gone through these episodes where life has knocked us down so hard we didn't believe we could get back up. But it was...
Honestly, it was each other.
Ironically, the whole memes going around about how friendship is the power to everything.
It really is.
But it really is.
We helped each other out.
Yeah. So
which, no matter what, we helped each other out.
But yeah, we wanna go into school fights now because we have some of the funniest school fights. Well, I have.
So yeah, he has the funny. We have school fights, but mine's not. Do we want to do my boring one and then your amazing one?
All right, we're gonna start with this.
So the last school fight I remember was last year. Last year, this kid. We're just gonna call him Jay. We don't, because I don't want to give his name out, and we're gonna call the other kid, Ted. Why not? So Jay went to go get lunch. Ted came by, took his seat, and when Jay came back from getting lunch, he asked him politely to move and sit next to him. And for some reason, I don't know what was going through Ted's mind, if he was smoking crack or if he was off that good stuff. took his off the perch. Yeah, took his lunch. Ted took his own lunch and threw it at Jay for absolutely no reason. Literally no provoking whatever. Jay was calm about it, and he was like, I don't know why you did that, all that. And Ted, for some reason, just like ripped his shirt off. I don't know why, and he was pushing him up against the wall, and he ripped his shirt off, and it was just this, like, and that's a boring. It's not really a school fight because they didn't really fight, but that fight was just like,
fisticuffs lore.
What? So what? Why did you do that? Why did you?
There's no.
He asked you to move nicely. He said please.
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked him to move nicely. Literally no provoking whatsoever. But yeah, that was my boring one. I think the only other one I could remember is not even from my school, and I don't know if it's from yours, but there was that one kid who got paralyzed.
Was
that your school?
I actually do want to talk about that.
Was that your school?
Yeah,
that was
at
at Patriot. That was at your school. So I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you do that one. And I think I saw the video. Did it involve kicking?
Actually, let me actually explain that. So, the high school I go to is relatively new. Like, it is brand new. I don't even think it's like 5 years old yet.
No, it's
Maybe 3 or 4 years old.
3 or 4 year old. It was made when we were in 8th grade. So
the few days after it opened, there was a fight that broke out in the bathroom, and this kid basically got WWE'd either into the ground or into the sink, and broke his collarbone.
Was this? He was talking trash about his.
No, that's another
That was
story.
a different one.
But
dude, he's got these for days. It's insane.
The school just opened. How are we already starting?
That is crazy. And I did see a video of one at homecoming. Apparently, you guys had a fight at homecoming this year.
Oh yeah, we actually.
I saw that, and that one was interesting.
That one's bad.
That one was interesting, mainly because of what happened.
I'm actually not going to talk about that one because it is super personal. What happened? It is really bad.
You have to tell me off camera.
Yeah, I'll tell you off camera.
No, well, I was talking about mainly because I saw some things that I didn't need to see in that video. But I digress. This guy has him for days, and so he broke his collarbone.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone and ended up in the hospital.
Was there a reason?
It was. I don't even know.
You want to fight? Yeah, sure. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna break your collarbone while I'm at it.
And then this was pretty much the next biggest fight. For some reason, the Spanish bathroom is the center for Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club.
First rule of Fight Club: don't talk about Fight Club. Proceeds to talk about Fight Club. We're gonna leak it to everybody.
But in the Spanish bathroom, there was a fight going on. So actually, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to pause this. We do have to eat dinner.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pause this right
We'll
here.
be back.
We'll be picking
For you guys, it'll probably take 1 second of a cut.
For you guys, it'll be a second cut. For us, we'll be. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
We're back. For us, it's been 30 minutes. For you guys, it's been 1 second.
Yeah. Sorry about that, by the way.
This blanket
super good dinner.
I'm gonna burn this blanket. That was a joke.
It's a very, very expensive quilt.
I'm gonna wash this.
Actually, I'm pretty sure my anime.
That's a W quilt.
All right.
So what were we on? School fights?
Yeah, we were on school fights. So basically, I was about to talk about a school fight that happens in the Spanish bathroom at club.
The gang, the cartel bathroom.
Cartel bathroom.
That's gotta be racist.
So, how should I call these people? I'll call person 1, Douche Canoe Daniel.
All right, so.
And then we'll call person 2, Eric.
So we go from Douche Canoe Daniel. Is that what you said?
To Eric.
To Eric.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
So basically, to explain the story,
the diversity is insane, guys.
Douche Canoe Daniel said some really terrible things about Eric's mom, who passed away.
Rip. Rest in peace.
Which you should never do.
No, yeah. No matter the generational beef you have with this person, that's off limits.
Your mom jokes, they're fine. I don't think people do.
People do dad jokes.
Yeah, dad jokes. But
specifically the ones about them leaving and stuff.
When that person has actually suffered from a parent leaving or death, you should never bring it up.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely never.
That's the trigger.
That is literally the trigger. Okay, so basically, let's get back into the story. Douche Canoe Daniel said some really bad things about Eric Small, who passed away.
Yep.
And Douche Canoe Daniel basically started a fight with Eric. And Eric didn't want to fight, by the way. So they meet up in the Spanish bathroom. And, there's a whole crowd already forming. And you got people, like, standing on the toilet over the stall, which is actually crazy.
Shit. Oh, my God.
Blew into next week.
Yeah. Almost lost my vision there.
So we have a crowd forming in the bathroom, and they start fighting each other, obviously. And by the way, I kind of want to just go on a little bit of a tangent, as we have been doing this whole time. Kids in high school don't know how to throw a punch. Like, for some reason, it's either open palm or it's kind of like the palm of your wrist. Like it's never
It's never straight on forward.
Yeah, it's always like
a swing on. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're trying to be.
It's always like a row, like you're rowing a boat. Dude.
Yeah, you're trying to be the main character. Like, bro, you're not the main character. Like,
yeah,
chill out. So they start fighting each other, and obviously Douche Canoe Daniel doesn't know how to throw one single punch because he's a beta. Cut that out, please.
Hey, future Colin, enhance the audio on that one.
Please make sure, future editor, to me or Gavin, to please bleep out any bad stuff.
Future me, enhance the audio on that specifically. And we'll be back.
Cut this part out. But anyways, basically, Douche Canoe Daniel doesn't know how to throw a punch, and he's absolutely getting freaking mollywopped. Like, I'm talking like comboed, like, oh my goodness, this guy could not stand up for 5 seconds.
Left, right.
It was literally like, I don't know if you saw the meme where it's like, it was Yuji and Toto, like.
So yeah, for anyone who watches Jujutsu Kaisen out there, this fight was basically, Toto and Yuji versus Mahito, except Eric was Toto and Yuji in one. So
and
he was giving him the hands.
And basically the meme goes like, fight back, come on, get up, fight back. And this kid cannot fight back. Like, they are on the ground, and Eric has Douche Canoe Daniel wrapped around his leg like some Taekwondo type crap. Like, bro, you are not Karate Kid.
Didn't he slam him into... Did he slam him into the urinal like cover?
No. They were out on the...
That might have been a different one. Yeah. But anyways.
Basically, this kid's acting like Karate Kid. And like, he's getting his booty whipped. Like, it is crazy.
No, it is crazy.
Like, bro, the Diddy allegations of him and his wife, like, you see that video that resurfaced? Like, Eric's whooping was worse than that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
actually, we might need to cut that out, actually.
No, leaving it in.
But that is a really traumatic experience. And
we're very sorry for the family of that woman. Yeah.
Very sorry. But
it goes out to you. But it really was a bad.
It was really bad.
He sent him to the hospital.
Like, and
for sure.
And Douche Canoe Daniel, like, after the fight's over, walks out of the bathroom, and you can see him, and he's got a busted lip. You know, he's bleeding.
He's
like
stumbling,
down his face, and he can't pick up his arms, and he's like walking out. You know, you can literally tell that he's about to cry. And meanwhile, Eric over here is like the champion. Like,
Eric's walking out the bathroom doing this with his arm. Like,
yeah,
man,
bro, that
was a warm-up.
This kid is aura, bro. Anyways, that was probably one of like the bigger fights.
Craziest school fight. We would show the video, but we can't. Because there's blood in it. But you guys will have to take our word. It was like watching an anime fight, and all the people around. I'm sure all the people around were banking on Douche Canoe Daniel to win.
Yeah.
But Eric really came out on top and said, "Nah, that's me." He really knocked him in the next week.
So actually, we actually got that little bit from the city thing.
Yeah.
Actually, Cole, one of our friends.
Oh my God, Cole's not the situation.
Made a video edit of it. So there's this point in The Boys, the Amazon TV show, where he's flipping through the channels, and on there, Cole edited it so it was flipping through pictures of really cursed images, and then a video did.
Okay, well, Yeah, our friend Cole really likes
He's
to
cursed.
send the worst stuff into the group chat.
It's not like terrible stuff. It's just really cursed, dark, funny humor stuff.
Yeah, no, it's bad. But
yeah, I mean, there's been multiple fights in
Yeah,
our school.
no, it
Some of
happens.
them less than the other ones, and
Some of them are reasonable. Some of them definitely aren't.
some of them they're just trying to fight just because to fight is it's so stupid. I believe fighting in school is
It's like
the most
Goku.
retarded thing.
I just want to fight the strongest, and they'll look for smoke anywhere they can get it.
Yeah.
It's bad. But I think that's where we're gonna end it.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all for this episode of High School Talk.
Obviously, we'll have more out.
We'll probably have a second video because there are more things that go into high school, like addictions and because addiction is really hard in high school. I believe for men.
For
men.
And eventually we'll do videos on even outside of school.
Yeah, we'll do
just things in general.
We'll do fun things, you know.
Yeah.
Funny. We actually have a vlogging camera. We might do a vlog.
We might have guests from our group of friends come on, you know.
Yeah, we'll have guests.
We have plans. We have plans. We just need to distribute them.
There is a future here.
There's a future, and that future will be bright
on this desolate rock.
Yeah, and we will keep it consistent for sure.
Yeah. And we can't wait to see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in, and
thank you.
We
guys appreciate
so much. This is a great start, and we can't wait to.
We love doing this.
This has been a dream forever, and even if no one really shows up to watch.
If that one person there, if you're out there and you're watching this, we love you.
You know what? Come here.
Oh God.
We love you.
We love you.
Anyways, bye-bye.
See ya.